How's it going, Wrangler owners? This is Ed here with etrailer.com, and today we're going to see how well the Rhino-Rack Vortex crossbars with gutter mount legs fit our 2024 Jeep Wrangler 4xe. Now, adding roof racks to the top of your Wrangler is going to help solve the problem of having limited cargo space. As a Jeep owner, you know that cargo area isn't the largest, so this is going to let you take advantage of the negative space on top of your vehicle that was just being wasted, and you're going to get the most out of it by being able to carry those bigger, bulkier items on your adventure with you. And we can see our bar is 3 inches wide and they're 65 inches long. So that's going to work pretty well if you have accessories that you want an additional hangover for. So like a bike carrier or a kayak rack, that's going to give you a little bit more room to make it easier to load up. Now, overall height is pretty cool. Going from the rooftop to the top of the bar, you're right at 3 3¾ inches. So that's a pretty low profile. That's going to give you a nice amount of clearance when you going into garages or anything with a low clearance like a drive-through. One thing I will say is once you start putting things on top of your vehicle, you just want to be aware of how tall you're getting, because it adds up pretty quick. And as far as our towers, they're made of glass reinforced nylon that's designed to hold up against UV light, extreme temperatures, and just the general abuse of being on top of a vehicle while you're going down the highway. And then we're going to go down to how we actually connect, and you can see our gutter mount clamp actually slides into the gutter and underneath, creating that pressure point and that pinch to hold your carrier securely on top of the vehicle. This is going to solve the issue for a person that's going to want to carry those bigger, bulkier, maybe even dirtier items along with you for your journey, but don't want to take up all the space in their Jeep, especially if they're loaded down with passengers. Installation on this does have a lot of parts and as far as hardware, but it goes together really easily, and I'm going to show you how to get it done. So we're going to start our installation by getting all of our hardware laid out where we can reach it pretty easily and just put it all together. I'm just going to show you with the one because it's the same 4 times over. And once you get one together, it's pretty much cakewalk from there. So you're going to take your barrel nut here and just be aware of the position of it. You're going to want the hole to be farther away from the edge. You're just going to kind of drop it in a position where it kind of moves freely. You're going to need your finger to hold it in position while you fasten on the clamp. So now that we have our barrel nut here and it's free for us to get our holes through and everything's aligned, we're just going to grab our actual clamp and our bracket. You want to make sure you have it in the correct orientation. And once you have that set up, just going to run your bolt through and then through your clamp and then into your barrel nut. Now I'm just going to push it in and just let a couple threads grip on just to hold it in position. Then I'm going to throw in the barrel nut on the opposite side here and do the exact same thing. Now we're going to put our Vortex bar adapter kit on. So it starts with this polymer plate that's going to go on top. And now we're going to use our bottom plate. It has a 10mm bolt, a lock washer, and looks like a zinc plate that goes through. And on top, we're going to put our T-bolt, or T-nut rather. And I found that you have better success if you have the smoother curved side pointing down. It kind of goes down the track a little bit easier. And now we're completely assembled as far as our leg. Now from here, we're going to install it on the end of our Vortex bar. We're going to take our Rhino Rack key and unlock our end cap. And just as easy as everything went together, we're just going to slide this right on. We want to let our plate enter the track. And we may have to loosen it a little bit or adjust its position. And then we're good to go. We're going to reinstall our end cap and then move to the top of our vehicle. So from here, we're going to go and place our crossbars across the roof. Now, what I suggest is if you have a second set of hands, that'll make it so much easier. But if you don't, you can just situate your clamp on one side for your legs, go to the other side and make the adjustment. And from there, we'll figure out our measurement for our crossbar spread. So I set my crossbar spread right at 32 inches, which is more than enough for the minimal requirements for most rooftop accessories. And we're just gonna start by fastening down our legs. Rhino Rack included this security Allen key. It's kind of like one of those star heads with the hole in the middle, so you can fasten it down. And I suggest when you're tightening, just to go from bolt to bolt and side to side, because it can pull from one side or the other. And this is gonna make sure everything is fastened nice and even. So I'm gonna go to the other side and do the same thing. Now that we have our clamps tight, we're gonna secure our crossbar using our 10mm wrench. And we're just gonna get in here and just tighten it as best as you can. I would suggest if you have a ratcheting wrench, that would be ideal, just to save yourself all the resetting with your strokes. But, you know, just be a little patient, go from side to side, and you'll get it fastened in. And you can see now we're nice and secure, and our roof rack is ready to go for any accessory that we put on top. If we were going to just directly tie something to the crossbars, we can, or we can add an accessory like a kayak carrier or a rooftop basket. Going with roof racks like these guys are going to work out well if you're looking for a less than permanent solution, where you can easily remove it with your included tool. And if you take your rooftop off, then it makes it a lot easier to have another accessory that you can take off versus something that's going to be more permanent like the ARB or Front Runner roof rack platforms. So again, this is Ed with etrailer.com, taking a look at the Rhino Rack Vortex bars with gutter mount legs on our 2024 Jeep Wrangler 4xe. Have a great day.